Governor of the Turks and Caicos Islands, Gordon Wetherell, has announced the members of the Integrity Commission, with Sir David Simmons, Chief Justice of Barbados, as chairman.
The other members of the Integrity Commission, all of them based in the Turks and Caicos Islands, who agreed to join the Commission at the end of last year, are Bishop Clarence N. Williams, the Reverend Reuben Hall, Mrs. Rosita Butterfield, Mr. Gary Bruff, and Mr. Jeremy Northcott. These are all distinguished members of society here in the Turks and Caicos Islands. We're required under the terms of the ordinance, for example, to have a member of the legal profession, and I consulted the Bar Council before the appointment of Mr. Northcott, and similarly with the accounting profession, and that's how Mr. Bruff was chosen to be on the Commission. And I think the others, Mrs. Butterfield, the Reverend Reuben Hall, and Bishop Clarence William, are very distinguished members of the community, and I think will play an important role on the Integrity Commission.
Governor His Excellency explained the role of the Integrity Commission.
The Integrity Commission will do several things. It will receive and keep declarations of persons in public life. It will examine and investigate these declarations. It will receive and investigate complaints regarding acts of corruption. It will conduct investigations into any acts of corruption either on its own initiative, if satisfied that there are reasonable grounds for investigation, following any complaints that might be made. They will also examine the practices and procedures of public bodies in order to facilitate the discovery of corrupt practices, and instruct, advise and assist in the management of public bodies. I think as a result of the Integrity Commission, and I hope that it will have not only the membership of the Commission, but that we can build up its capacity, its permanent staff as soon as possible. It will have a role in shoring up public confidence in the integrity of public institutions and in the integrity of public servants. And I think this will be a very important role for the Commission to play.
Governor Wetherell said the Integrity Commission was mentioned by Sir Robin All during the Commission of Inquiry, and one of All's recommendations was to implement an Integrity Commission ordinance. He said this has taken longer than expected.
This has taken slightly longer than we would have wished because of the need to go outside the territory to find a judge. There is a provision in the ordinance for a judge in the Commonwealth to serve on the Commission. The difficulty with finding one here is that there are only 2 judges currently here. There are no retired judges living here, and there's the possibility of conflict arising if one of the judges were to serve on the Commission. That's why the ordinance was in fact amended during the course of last year to provide for someone from outside fulfilling the position of judge. Anyway, I'm very glad that that such a distinguished judge as Sir David Simmons has agreed to fill that role, and we look forward to his chairmanship of it. Now, although, as I say, Sir Robin Auld recommended the early implementation and commented that full and accurate public disclosure under its provisions would have gone a long way to deterring and to bringing into light much earlier what he described as the rampant conflicts of interest to which ministers appear to have exposed themselves, I think the purpose of the Commission now is much more, forward-looking as one of the key pillars of ensuring integrity in public life going forward.
For WIV4 News, I'm Takara Bain.